he draws 1. We are drawing way more, man. Oh boy, and this is what I was talking about. When you get this stuff and make disappear is insanely good draw. So yeah, Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today very happy to present you this deck. We didn't play Dimir for a very long time, and that's horrible. So we wanted to remedy this one, and the best way to play Dimir right now seems to be very tempo oriented, because we don't have farewells in this kind of colors. And before we go into the deck itself, the results. Man, we went I think 5-1, you will probably see the stats. So honestly way more than I expected. And one more thing about the results. All the results, this 83% win rate, it's all on the draw. We never played on the play with this deck, so yeah, that's even more impressive. The deck is very dicey, but if you hit decently, you can literally answer every deck on every step of the curve. With Spell Pierce that can even counter Kumano Face's Kakazan, then you can use cut downs to just absolutely murder all the small creatures, then Go for the Throat, Make Disappear are great, and Ertai is a hard counter spell together with Sheoldred, and Spell Pierce really adds to the pressure. When you can negate the whole turn of your opponent with a single mana point, you can absolutely crush them on tempo. Mastermind, you will see it in the video today. This card slaps, especially with Sheoldred, and Ertai also forces your opponent to draw a card, so it will be more damage. You will see lethals like this today in the video. So this is the deck. You see the results, you see the gameplay. I think there will be some cool tricks that you can learn from the video, so be sure to check it out. And before we go into the action and see all the crazy top decks and trigger ordering, if you aren't subscribed and you are watching daily, consider it. You will get cool notifications, and it also helps the channel be more visible, so more bros can see the video and share the Dimir glory, because I would love Dimir to be even more popular in a control version, but this is the competitive state of Dimir, and you know what? I'll take it. I really like Dimir and I miss playing it. So let's go into action, and I really hope you guys will enjoy the video. We take it. Of course, on the play would be way... Like, this is the on the play hand, because if you are on the play, you not only get better tempo, but you actually get more cards as well, with Kaito and Underdog. So you literally get everything better. However, Cut Down might pretend that we are on the play, and if they play a 2-drop, and they did, that gives us the advantage. This was the missing mana, and that's why Cut Down is so insane, man. So we have two ways to go about it, and the only correct way is to make disappear, especially that this one has flying, Underdog doesn't, so even as a creature we prefer this one. This is a lot of power. Yeah, we aren't guaranteed to hit the third land even, and that's huge. That's the first land. Alright, we're slowly recovering. This might get messy. The easy way is make disappear, but he will play something, and he can play land into Naturalis, into something. And that means we really want to have set up already. It's not the best play, but I think it's the best we can make. And then we try to basically protect Kaito. Oh, that's good. That's good for us, because the dog is one of the most inefficient mana creatures. It gives you card advantage, but nothing more. And if we draw a single removal, that could be it. Of course, we really want those sweet cards, and if we draw correct ones, Spell Pierce is good. Spell Pierce is good. So this has 1 toughness, this one has 2. If we play the Underdog, we can steal Spell Pierce. Not my favorite. I think he will play Calyx and I will regret it. But he needs to hit face for Calyx to work, right? Right, with Calyx in mind, maybe the Make Disappear was better, but what if he plays land into Calyx? Like, then you lose. So, yeah, I still think it was the better play. We're a bit short on mana. We have double Sheoldred as a finisher for the game, so we still have Ace in the sleeve. That's how we say it, right? And that is why Spell Pierce is in the deck. Oh my god. Oh, that was brutal. Now if he attacks, he gets snowboard, and I'm getting card advantage every single turn. And anyway, I just need to start hitting lands so I can play cards I'm drawing. That's the only thing. If I miss... Alright, we're getting there. Oh, that's huge, man. That's absolutely huge. It will be Mastermind. Yeah, he can play another Audacity, and that will get Kaito, but we already got some card advantage out of this. And man, he's unlucky with having this 1 mana short. Like, he would be able to double resolve something if he didn't get this one. And I still can play the Mastermind. So this is the turn when he lost. When you invest 3 mana and you get countered, you are out. I don't want to go for the Fraud because it's inefficient. I prefer Sheoldred. So all we need to do is go like this. Especially that Kaito gets more and more loyalty. And card is more important than 1/1 creature. You know what, I'll take it. I will take it. I mean, sure, that seems pretty good, right? Now he needs to remove this one with cards like Borrowed Time, so it means that Kaito is even more resilient. I think he's out of the game. He has this turn, like if he plays Naturalis into double spell and like Mishiko, like he might salvage it. But right now the problem is that Sheoldred just blocks the companion. And yeah, when we start doing those lands naturally, it's over. What we want to do... I really want to push for the damage right now. So how do I do it best? If I kill the companion... I mean, companion is not the big deal. And he doesn't want to block with Calyx, so I think this is the best play. We can just go super aggressive. I could go underdog to be even more aggressive, but I don't like this play too much. And that's a hard situation. Also, if he double blocks to kill Sheoldred, we can either replay another one. Like, he's in a really bad spot right now. Will he die? Oh, my friend. So, knowing that I already have cards that win, we'll make interesting decision. First, you draw a card. Please resolve the damage. And now at the upkeep, you will draw another card. Please resolve the damage. Good guy, my friend. Yeah. And those are the triggers. So this way he cannot cast anything. Alright, opponent goes first. Again, it's the 4th game in a row, by the way, that we are on the draw. And we will go like this. That's a very, very good draw on our side, because it also enables Kaito if we keep drawing lands. It might get removed. That's a risk we have to take. No lands. Not great. So we just attack for 1. Oh, already an answer. Edict. Because we don't have anything and we have double removal, we just counter it and force him to have another. Of course, if we get mana screwed, we are not out of the game, but close to. Alright, that's actually why we did it. Huh. So I can force a trade, but I don't want to. That's a tricky situation. I think we don't do anything and we go for either Edict or make disappear, depending on how he plays. We can also pump the sleeper. Alright. I don't want to lose it, so I'll just take the damage. I don't think we will be so pressured that we super care about this 3-1. The life gain isn't perfect, but with Kaito we can just have more. Alright, so this has to be made disappeared. Or whatever you call it. And thanks to attacking, we don't need to remove it anymore. And we can use the 1 mana to amplify the damage just a little bit. And as you can see, suddenly we will start getting card advantage, a wild one. At the cost of 3 life a turn. I really would love to hit my lands, but apparently that's not the case. So we are already, I believe, 2 lands behind of where we should be. And Nissa appears before we hit our 4th land. I mean, sure. Absolutely sure. Still no lands. At this point I actually... So I will Edict the Nissa. I'm drawing cards. The worst land of the deck, perfect. It means I don't have good target. Yeah, it doesn't feel great. Our opponent has only 2 cards, but I'm sure they are not lands. And definitely something he can keep playing. Alright, so we will try to use Sleeper as potential bait for blocking. But of course we are doing the wrong cards right now. If I didn't have to use Kaito to draw, I would just -2 and have another blocker. Alright. I mean, it's just the lifelink, so not the biggest deal. Of course we don't like the situation, but that's what you get when you are not getting your lands, so you know, it's never good this way. Basically a worst case scenario right now. Imagine if we could just keep attacking, removing stuff, and you draw cards with Kaito. No lands ever. Man, I already drew 1/4 of my deck for those 4 lands. So what we have to do is probably double Mastermind. No, then we die. They are not great at blocking, so we need to play Sheoldred and hope he doesn't have double removal. And usually they have if they need it. Let's see. Alright. So probably no instant removal at their end step, because I'm pretty sure they would play it. We are fully tapped. Alright. We can negate 2 damage a turn, so this one is not scary. That's the only one attack. Alright, land. That's insanely important. No white, so I think we can attack. We could go with the underdog, but I don't think that's the best idea. I think we'll wait 1 more turn and go with the Mastermind, because when they get rolling and we start to recover those, you know, those lands, we can absolutely dominate him. 3 damage a turn is not a problem. You know, one of the things with Sheoldred, as long as your opponent has Sheoldred in the battlefield, you kinda cannot kill him, which is wild, man. Alright, I think we will play both of them. Because if we can get both of the effects, also, like, he really wants to remove them, even with, like, cut downs, and then he won't have anything for Sheoldred, so he has a hard decision anyway. Drawing Plant is really good. I don't really want to block it, and I don't need to. With Sheoldred and drawing so many cards, I can start being aggressive. And very soon, in like 2 turns, he will be on the verge of dying. Alright. This is important. Alright. Because right now, I can answer with Faerie Mastermind activated ability, because he already drew 1 of the cards, right? And when we use it, he draws the second one, and I get all of the triggers. And 3 damage a turn. As you can see, it barely makes a dent in our life total. Even the lifelink won't help him, because we are starting to win by card advantage. Moment we recover lands, we are actually in the gameplay we wanted. And let's see. That's the last moment to react for the Cardo. He draws 1. We are drawing way more, man. Oh boy, and this is what I was talking about. When you get the stuff and make disappear is insanely good draw. So yeah, when we streamline this horrible draw that we had in the early game, as you can see, we absolutely dominate. Alright. I will go risky because I like being mana efficient. He might respond, but I think I have enough value to make it work anyway. Sure, that's good. So we kinda use this 2 mana very efficiently. And we are at 17. And that means that I think we can start being aggressive. I mean, like, full aggressive. This is the turn when we can start pressuring. And we can do it again on the next turn with Make Disappear as a backup. If he plays on a small creature, we can always use Cut Down. So it's looking great. In like 2 turns we can start using Underdog, but right now it taps us way too heavily. Like, then we cannot use Masterminds, we cannot use counter spells. Shakedown heavy. While a good card, I don't think it's good enough, especially that drawing cards really hurt him. Fight Rigging. Oh, that's a card I don't enjoy. Let's not fight rig, alright? Let's fight fairly on the arena. I think that was it. I honestly think that right now we are winning. and we will close the game very easily from this position. That was his big turn, he didn't do enough. Sure. So we will draw cards at the end step, so in case he didn't play land, I'm not sure if he did, he cannot draw the land and, you know, play it. Yeah, 5 mana, so we cannot go for Mastermind. But this is enough, like we live gain so much, we can actually outrace him altogether, and every time he draws a card, he's behind. As you can see, we are starting to really recover. We need some few more removals. No targets for the cut down. Alright. And we still have Sheoldred. We need to be aware that he might remove Sheoldred at, you know, soon. Soon. I can deal a lot of damage, right? So I can deal 6 damage at instant speed. If I attack with Sheoldred, he will just block. Alright, so I think one more turn before we kill him. On this turn we don't have good way to do it, because we didn't draw removal. So 4 damage. Now we can go with Kaito. I think we can take full damage together with heavy. So I will draw a card, life gain a little bit. As you can see, when we get rolling, we have so much stuff. So much stuff. And Mire should be okay. Or, sorry, Sleeper. For some reason I thought it's Mire. Sleeper should be okay, because we still have 4 mana for the Masterminds, and now we have a blocker. Alright, so as you can see, in those 3 turns, I think, we absolutely recovered everything. Now we have more lands, more cards, everything. And all we need is to get some removal, sure. That's a big one. That's a big one. I'll give him that. But we can still use the Death Touch. So he will attack with everything, I would guess. You can draw a card. I don't mind it. Because it deals him damage to him and he's already tapped. If he had mana, I wouldn't do it. Spell Pierce. A bit late, but sure, why not? Why not? So he's not killing us. Do I want to go for the Death Touch or just force him to draw more cards? It's what? 11 damage. So we just survive and we counter-attack? Yeah, I think we just drain him. This also means we don't really care about blocking. Poison is too slow. Damage is not enough with so many cards that we are drawing. We just wait until the end step. I'm not sure if he's playing clans, but no reason to, you know, risk it. That's an additional damage and additional life gain. Also, this is the only thing that deals poison, so we can still take another hit if we have enough life total, and we do. Let's go like this. And I mean, we just attack with everything, right? I'm pretty sure that will be enough to win the game. Especially that he's tapped out and we have Spell Pierce, so Tamiya Safekeeping gives him 2 life, but that's it. Alright, he takes both of the blocks. Alright, let's get some value. And we have Ertai Resurrected right now. A very good card. So we can trade here, and trade here, and then we just take the damage and kill him on the next turn. That seems like a decent idea. Or we can just use Ertai Resurrected for this mana and Spell Pierce. Alright, I like this one more. Oh, there is a Tamiya Safekeeping. Very nice. Exactly. Alright, I think I know. So he will be at 1, and then we play Sheoldred and we win. That was a weird bug. It happens when he concedes while taking the damage. Alright, so at start I didn't see this Sheoldred play, that we can just burst him enough, so second Sheoldred will just deal all the damage. I guess the attack wasn't super needed, because he can just double block. I hoped he will just take a sleeper more damage or something like this, but he just blocked very safely. Kaito. Nice. Well, it started as bad as it can. And the Marsh. You know what, let's take some damage. It doesn't seem to be the most aggressive deck right now. So I think we can afford 2 extra damage to get some extra tempo. Alright, alright. No removal for 2 mana, that's huge. So we will go with the Mastermind, I think. I think so, it's more damage this way, and if he doesn't have removal for Sleeper, he also doesn't have removal for more stuff. He can use Blast Zone, but it really slows him down. Blast Zone is more of a late game sweeper. You don't really want to use it early game, unless you have some insanely good deal. Like if your opponent has double Kumana and the Cheek. Alright, here we go. Definitely a Trespasser. Imagine if we had Kaito, that would be so helpful. Also forces a block on the Trespasser. But still, it's okay. I think we can get it. If he doesn't have removal... what the draw! If he doesn't have removal... it means that he won't be able to answer Sheoldred. He knows about Sheoldred coming, so there's that. We can pump because of the mana. He only doesn't know this one card, but of course it's a lot. I have to say, when I play Dimir, the draws always feel awful. Like, no joke, it's always like, what the hell I'm drawing, man. So we are going like this because that was actually our only 3 mana play we had. And then we can hopefully unlock Sheoldred and Mastermind combo. And that has to do. Alright, Liliana. Here you are. Really good, man. He has the stuff so far. He doesn't have removal, but he has everything else. Fortunately, it's not enough to use Liliana again, but if he draws a Go for the Throat right now, he will win the game. So let's see if he's good at magic, because we aren't so far. Oh, the Spell Pierce also doesn't seem to exist in our opening hands. As always, Liliana, the best card on my opponent's side, because I can discard Duress for a land. Alright, that's the blocker. And that's another blocker. Alright, that's a very good draw. Don't forget he can use this to remove one of the Sheoldreds. We can decide which creature we remove, so we should not give him this decision. I think we go for the Curtains. We can also do it when he pays the mana. So if I attack, I'm pretty sure he will use this one, right? I think we have this, right? He will waste this card, then he will +1 Liliana, we discard an island, then he activates Curtains, we use Cut Down, and then we play Sheoldred, and that's what will win. Oh, and if he wants to remove this Sheoldred, he needs -2, right? Let's go. Oh, he's doing it the other way. That's weird. I did not expect this one. Like, I don't see much value here. So we are not playing Clown because of Liliana discard, of course. Alright, maybe he has some removal. Or maybe he will waste Liliana. Liliana -2 seems like a decent idea here, but we'll see. He can also play a remover from hand and then save Liliana and go for the discard. Alright, you got it. So we traded card for card. It sucks, but, you know, it's not the worst value you will get. That's a full cleave. Alright, I guess full top deck mode. Oh boy. I'm not good at top decking correct cards, so let's see if I can hit. Like, I need just one Kaito or something. That's an extremely good draw. He will play cut downs. He knows we have nothing else, so no reason not to pump this. And now the cut down won't do it. He needs specifically a removal. And on the next turn we can start doing cards. If we draw a land, we can double draw. So honestly, that is a very good draw. He can answer it, sure, but that costs him full turn. And this is what I was talking about. Let's see. I'm sure he will not draw anything irrelevant. Alright, so far. In 3 cards, I actually draw very good ones. So I am actually winning in top deck wars, at least so far. Alright. Oh no. So he is more shorted than I do. Who is benefiting when we trade? I think he is. Because I play Kaito, so if I draw it, I can instantly draw a card, and that's good. Alright. I also have a lot of removal in the deck, and I didn't draw anything right, except cut downs. Oh, that's a good one. Especially with Menace. Yep, that's what I feared. After everything is played, we are starting to draw our counter spells. Not looking hot. We have a little bit of time, but not much. And we are already behind. We cannot do anything about it, he knows it. I could bluff removal, but yeah, too lazy. Alright, that's a very strong draw. That is a very strong draw. We'll play around them. I think that should be enough to win, if we do it right. I could force him to draw cards. Yeah, I think it's good enough. It will be risky, but I think this is how we want to do it. Especially that I can use Make Disappear with Casualty. He draws the card, so it's more damage even. And the Offsworn will be too slow, so it won't matter until the game resolves, I feel. Down to potentially 3. And this is what happens when you cannot hit your removal against Shrouded. Cut down. So he has the cut down all the time. Of course we keep the Make Disappear, but that means more removal hits Shrouded. I think that's it. In all honesty, we were better at the top deck wars. So, yeah, happy, but this game was fully decided on randomness right now. We, of course, attack. He has to block because he will die. And not a great draw here, of course. I think we take one card. I actually will try hard this one a little bit. Because that's a big deal. One turn to fish for removal. Or another Sheoldred. That's the third one, right? Yep. Another Offsworn. Alright, how does it work? On his turn, so I kill him. I actually kill him. I just need to pass the turn. And he will die because on his turn my triggers go first. So he will die. And then he can heal. Yeah, but honestly, this was just who draws better cards, so a bit of, you know, random matchup after you are in the top deck zone. Alright, our opponent goes first. We never like to sit, especially with the deck like this, especially with Make Disappear. Alright, so we need to trade card for card. I think it's probably some kind of control, so we much rather play a creature that demands an answer, and then we equip ourselves with Make Disappear. I think that's the play. And it seems to be as per control. I mean, that's fine. It will be a little bit of problem. We definitely don't want to pump it. Yeah, because we don't super want to protect the creature, but we kinda have to. Let's see. I'm a little bit scared. Like, we don't have anything like Kaito. So, do we go with it? I think we have to try to protect it. Also, if he has another removal, he might remove this, but then he might not have enough for Sheoldred. So, still, he needs more removal even after this. Alright, cut down. Still, he used already 2 cards just on the removal. That's a good draw. Probably not the best in the deck, but a solid one. Alright, let's see. Down to 4 cards, potentially 3 if he plays a land. No reason to not do this. I didn't really see hesitation, so I hope he doesn't have anything. We are doing wrong part of the deck. Against control deck we are doing only removal. If those were 3 counter spells, we would already win. There doesn't seem to be any priority. So I will invest this into some more damage, because on the next turn we potentially can start doing cards. And we can pressure him. I'm super sad that I cannot use all of my cards. And yeah, so he had card for card, but we are ahead on the cards because we were on the draw.